Good afternoon, everybody. It's wee Paddy from across the Shuck, and you're very welcome to the channel. It's 3 for Thursday, which is my little series, and I invite everybody to join in. There's no rhyme, there's no reason. It's just pick 3 knives. If, like this section, which is not always the same, but this one has a theme, they don't have to have. Just pick 3 knives, talk about them, and just let us see, and try to pick ones that maybe we don't see that often. So, but again, no rhyme or reason, just throw 3 knives up, have a chat. All this is just to get knives out there so that we can see them. Today's one's a bit of a change, and for the next couple of weeks we're going to do that. It's a sort of indirectly given shout outs, but I want to pick sort of the type of knives that I've got and people who influenced me to start collecting them. Because as you know, like I collect a wide variety of knives, from locking knives to slip joints to fixed blades. I collect everything because I just like knives. But my main passion is slip joints. Again, if you've been with me, you know that. This is more for people who, this is the first time they're around here. So today I'm going to concentrate on these. These are Barlows. This is my favourite pattern of knife, full stop. I love a Barlow. And this is, I'm just going to call out some of the people. These are more just eye candy, but it's the people who influenced me into these brands. And just tell you a little bit about them. And I'm going to start with a GEC because, strangely enough, this was one of my first high-end buys. Not this one now in particular. It was a number 78 American Jack. I got after a couple of years around. Just somebody from America was one of my subs, and for the life of me, God love him, I can't even remember his name, but he sold me one at a really good price that I couldn't turn down. So I saved and I got it. And it started there. I've still got the knife in there. It's the number 78. You've seen it plenty of times. But these three are Barlows that have their trademarks on the outside, on the Barlow themselves, which I particularly like. This is like an inbuilt collection within a collection. I'm sure that doesn't make sense, but it makes sense in my head. So how did I get interested in GEC knives? Well, there was two people on this instance that really got me interested even before I had my channel. I always thought they were out of my price range because then I would have thought, £30 was a lot to spend on a knife before I came into YouTube. Now, I'd spent a little bit more on knives that I use for bushcrafting and fishing. I'd bought a couple of knives that were up around the £60 mark, which I loved, enjoyed them. They were really special, but that was high end to me then. These were above that bracket. But the two people who really turned me on to it, one was Rob Bixby. I can't talk this morning, I'm very sorry. Rob Bixby, who's the Apostle P on YouTube. Please go and check his channel out. Now, he doesn't do a whole lot of reviews anymore. He does do a lot of selling of knives at very reasonable prices, if that's what you're looking for. And it's all sorts of knives he does. But if you go back in his backlog of channels, he has an amazing array of GEC reviews, and he goes to the GEC show. Sorry, I'm not going to change this because this is just me. He goes to the GEC rendezvous every year, and he takes videos of it, and it really incited my passion to get GECs. Really set it off. But another person who's coming back slowly but surely is Randy Johnson. Randy's videos, when he was doing his slip joint videos, now he used to do a lot of repair work and a bit of custom work on people's knives. But Randy, when he used to explain his GECs, that man's passion sunk into my soul. It just made me want the knives more and more and more. And it was a slow burn for me because I couldn't afford them at the beginning. And gradually I was able to afford GECs. And this last few years, I've been obsessed with them. Now, I've gone up to about 25. I'm back down to about 15 now. It goes up and down, and I sort of just keep... But I'm quite happy around that dozen to 15 because they're knives that I like, and I take out news, most of them, to be honest with you. So the GEC this is just a beautiful spear point GEC. This one is a Tom's Choice, which is a GEC special, if you like. This is what they do, and you got Tom Choice on both Barlows, which I really do like. I just love this, having the insignia on the Barlow. I don't even know what it is. It just does it for me. Beautiful walk and talk, fit and finish, absolutely amazing on most GECs. Is there the odd one that might be a wee bit off? Yeah, but never that serious. And if you do, they'll fix it anyway. But I just adore this pattern, the Barlow, especially ones that have the insignia on them. So Randy Johnson and Apostle P. I'll put the names of these people. There's 4 names I'm going to call out today. I'll put them down in the description. Just go over to YouTube, type their name in, and you'll get straight to them. They're 2 fabulous channels as far as slip joints, GEC in particular, that I love to follow and watch. And if you want to find out more about GEC, they're 2 boys that are just great to find out. The second one I'm going to show is this UK brand. And this is a Tailor's Eyewitness. And this was my friend, Slick Slicers, who turned me on to these. And I bought my first one on his recommendation. This is a beautiful one. This is in Desert Ironwood. And I am no way am I going to get how this looks. This is one of the most figured Desert Ironwoods. That's a bit better on that side there. But it is just amazingly fit and finish. Beautiful back spine, which is beautifully done. This is Lee White makes these for Tailor's Eyewitness. And I got into these. And I've bought a few and I've let a few go in my time. This is the one that I've really kept because I just love this bone. Absolutely love it. This one isn't a particularly strong pull, but it is. Now, it's a bit of a wobble there, but it really doesn't affect. The beauty of the knife is all to see. Beautifully shiny blades which just get marked, I'm sorry, with my sweaty hands. But I just think that's beautiful. And the bolster, again, adds to that. Absolutely stunning. So Slick Slicers, he's not too well at the minute. I'm sure you'd appreciate you going over to his channel. And if you don't sub and you like what you see, just sub to him now. But this really got me off looking for other UK makers, because it's quite strange. Although I was from here, I had no idea there was that many different companies you could get UK still made knives. These are handmade knives. And that led me on to Ashley Harrison, which again Slick Slicers introduced me to. And I am now sort of a fanboy of Ashley Harrison because I just absolutely love his work. This was the first custom I had made by Ashley, and it is, look, these are not safe. That's a safe queen, but not a safe queen. But it's such a beautiful blade. I don't want to scratch it, or even go through cardboard. You can scratch that. So I suppose that's why the high-end ones of these are not really for me. Whereas I can get Ashley's, and I use, as you can see, that this is a well-used knife. It just gets used. I'm not a heavy user. You know, I've had this one. This is for the longest I think I've had it. There's an easy opening which fits in my 3rd finger. Absolutely perfect. I designed, this is exactly what I told Ashley I wanted, and he made this for me specifically, and I just adore it. So Slick Slicers, thick slicers. Oh, it's a joy getting old and dottery. Sorry, I have to laugh at myself. Slick Slicers, as you've got him to blame for my UK infatuation with Ashley Harrison and other UK knives. I have a great collection of UK knives, old and new, which I just love to have. Probably my most collected of all. The next one I'm going to show is another fella who's maybe not around as long as these 2, but he's not far behind. This one is a Boker. This is the Tree Band. This is one from the middle 60s to 70. A beautiful old knife that I've just got and I've just restored. I just adore it. Absolutely beautiful knife. I've still got bits of stuff. I give this such a cleaning, and I've oiled it, and it's still coming out a wee bit thick and mucky, but it's working perfectly. It's not perfect because it's an older knife. You know, this is a 60-odd-year-old knife, or a 60-odd-year-old. It's not much snap on the small pen blade, and you have to push it down, but it goes underneath the scales now. Before it was sticking up like this. So I've refurbed this, and this is a carry knife, and a beautiful carry. I just love an old knife that you can bring back, and I'm getting more and more into it now as I'm getting on in my collection. But I just love it. Again, that bolster done on both sides. It's a thing. I've got, you know, a few of them, but it's what I'm looking out for. This is what I want to collect. The more of the older knives, but especially ones that have the Barlows that tell the story of who it's from. So there's my 3 for Thursday, and I'll put their names. It's Apostle P, Randy Johnson, Slick Slicers, and this one, I didn't even say it, is Warthog. Warthog is the one that's got me into the older knives. His collection is beyond anybody's that I know for older knives and older brand slip joint knives. Slick Slicers is by far one of the best UK collectors you'll ever see. He has a vast amount, especially at Taylor's Eyewitness, a vast amount of these Barlows. Absolutely jealous of both these men. The other two boys have got really good collections, but you know, and not that these two don't have, but these are the boys that had passion that got me to come into YouTube, that got me to follow people on YouTube and watch and listen to what they were saying, and it just ignited this thing under my backside, and I've never looked back since. So I'll put them down below. Please try out their channels. If you like them, subscribe to them. That's always the rule. Tell them Paddy sent you over. That would be lovely. It really does lovely because they're friends as well. So there you go, folks. 3 for Thursday, done and dusted, 10 minutes. Not too bad for a Paddy. All right, bye-bye now. Take care. Have a great day. And join in. Please join in. And hit sub me, man. Never mind all these other people. Sub to me if you're not subbed and get to see all these sort of videos done by a weird old fella. Take care. Bye-bye now.